Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To all my brothers and sisters across the world, peace and blessings be upon you all. Today, as you can tell, is a different kind of video. It feels like I haven't spoke to you guys in a while. And obviously I've made a few videos recently, but like a conversation between I and thou. Because it's good to like catch up every now and then, say kind of things that have been happening and where I'm at right now, especially for the people who are like have been subscribed to the channel for a long time. Shout out to you guys, I love you so much. And also to the new guys, this is pretty much for the people who have been rocking with me for for a while. I've been getting a few messages recently. Yeah, people saying Khalid, you've changed, and you know how you were in the beginning. That's fair statement to make. People are entitled to their opinions, but just this whole thing of people changing, and friends may have said it to you. They've said, oh, you've changed, and da 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 da. But let's think about the concept of change. Every instant, every moment, this moment here to the next, there's been a change. The unfathomable amount of change that's happened in the universe from that first click to the next click is just uncomprehendable. The only reason it seems like nothing has changed is because we're in this illusion, this dream, and it's the same monotonous dream that just goes on and on and on, and it seems to never end. And because we don't notice the changes that are happening from moment to moment, when one of our friends or one of our family members or something, they start to exhibit behavior that shows a different type of person, or they're changing, we'll see it as a negative thing, like, oh, you've changed, or you're not the person that I first knew. It's like, well, yes, I wouldn't want to be the same person that I was, when you first met me, because then I'm stagnant and I'm not changing and I'm not evolving. And I think doctors call that death. There's no change. You just at a constant state now. Body's not growing anymore. Your mind isn't developing. You aren't growing. You're dead. So what do people really want us to be? Do we need to stay as to what they believe we are? Do we have to stay where we don't do anything that they may not like? So we just live our lives based on how well people will perceive us. Oh, I don't want to do anything because this person might not like it, and they may not be happy, and they might say I've changed, and it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and it's a recipe for a miserable existence where you're just pleasing people. Forget what you want. Forget what you want in life. Forget what your heart's telling you. Forget all that, because the people, if you hold them to this high stature where wherever they think or believe or might say, and that is the compass for your direction in life, you're going to have a very sad ending if that's how you stay and you don't change. So when people say, oh, Khalid, you've changed and things like this, it's because I've done things that they don't necessarily agree with, or they don't necessarily believe are right. But what's important to realise is I'm not them and they're not me. I make my decisions and they make their decisions. I don't scold them for theirs, but some of them scold me for mine. And it's important that we all realise, and not just me, that we have our own lives to live, and we can't let other people be the judge of that or influence that, and they can influence it to an extent where, and I think you should only have a certain amount of influences in your life, people that you hold dear, that you love them, they love you. These are the people I feel that will tell you when that you may be going down the wrong path or things like that. These are the people you should hold dear, and you should take their opinions into consideration, like your family, your friends, etc., etc. Because these are people that really love you. But even then, sometimes they will kind of cross that line sometimes, and they want to enforce their own thing. So you need to find the balance still then to remain who you are as a person. So me specifically, I feel like, you might have noticed that I've not been releasing as many vlogs or as many videos. I've kind of slowed down. That's just a personal thing of me trying to really figure out why and what I'm trying to do with YouTube and things like that, and try not to get caught up in it. I appreciate you guys so much that you watch my videos, you comment, you like, you interact, and you say how it benefits you. It really does make me happy that, you know, you are benefiting, especially, you know, not just benefit like, oh, you got entertained for a bit, but like within your faith and, you know, within your personal life, you know, making decisions and things like that, that I help in some way. That provides me happiness, that knowing I can provide that for you. But I'm always very aware of the self, you know, me, and not wanting to enhance this ego that resides within me. And it's this ego that is the very cause of my feeling distant from God. This self, this illusory self that I've created, this Khalid Sadiq that I think that I am. I mean, obviously I am Khalid Sadiq, but in terms of this personality that I've created this, and it's not just created through YouTube, I mean throughout my whole life. I mean, that's the reason why we get angry about things, you know, when people have made an attack on this illusory self that we've created, we feel, or our nafs tells us, defend, we must defend. We have been under attack. That person jumped in front of us in the line. We should have been there. And, you know, that person looked at us like that. How dare he tell him about himself? That person shouted at us, defend, defend, defend. What are we defending? What is it that we are defending? Oh, well, you know, I can't be taken for an idiot. If you just be nice to everyone, you'll be taken for a mug. Or you'll, you know, people will just walk all over you. That's a good one. I hear that a lot. People just walk all over you, you know. And, I mean, they're good arguments. They're good arguments. But in reality, every bit of suffering or your source of emptiness, your source of pain in this life, your discomfort, I'm going to say 99% is related to the self, the nafs, the ego that we have let dominate our lives in almost every aspect, even in worship, especially in worship, you know. We should be really careful when, especially with religion, when the ego finds a means of just religious expression. The ego will express its way in any way. You know, it's not constricted. Anything that you identify with or you ascribe to, the ego will find a way to get in there. Even, you know, bin men, the dustbin men, you know, seen by society as, you know, not the most admirable of jobs, but it's still a necessary job at that. But even in that, the dustbin man who gets to drive the truck and the one who has to jump off and put the dustbin bags in the dustbin, there will be an ego thing even between them in terms of, I get to drive the truck, why does he get to drive the truck, why do I have to put the bins out? The ego will find its way in anything, and it's the ego that is our enemy. It is the ego that is our enemy. And we must fight this internal battle, the greatest form of jihad, you know. Undoubtedly, the greatest jihad we can have is the struggle against ourselves, the jihad against ourselves. So that's the reason there's been a lack of videos at the moment. It's the reason why I've not been putting out as much content, because I don't want to put out content, I don't want to put out videos if I feel that, you know, I'm not doing it for the right reason, you know what I mean? And it's very dangerous, especially with when you're on this path trying to get closer to the creator, and you're trying to have these holy aspirations, but, you know, something like YouTube, it's very dangerous, very dangerous. So you have to really be aware before you embark upon this quest of being on social media, being in the public eye. So this is just the kind of talk to kind of let you guys know as to what thoughts have been going through my head and as to why there's been a lack of content. But don't worry. This is also a video of hope, in terms of there will be more content coming in soon. I will be doing more vlogs. The reason I stopped doing the daily vlogs, one of the reasons was it just didn't seem like it was, people weren't enjoying it as much. So I do take the people's opinions into consideration, like, you know, in the real world, in terms of like, I want to put out content that you guys benefit from and you like. So I'll kind of base views on that. So if certain videos are doing better, I'm like, okay, I'll do more of that rather than these kind of videos. But let me know, guys, what you guys would like to see more of, and I'll take that into consideration. But ultimately, I will make the decision. I will take it into consideration though, because I do value your guys' opinion, and I do want to put out content that you guys enjoy, etc., etc., etc. Wow, that car was going fast. And that's pretty much it. Just wanted to check in with you guys. There is new content coming out soon. There's a new Nasheed coming out soon. Oh, you guys are gonna love this. You guys are going to love this. I'm so excited for it. Within the next maybe week or so, stay tuned for that. And yeah, I want to end on a good positive note. Just know that within life, and whenever you end a sentence with life, something deep's gonna come afterwards. But I don't want to be too deep on it. I don't want to, bore you guys. But within life, people will try and tell you what road to go down and what to do and what you should do and what you shouldn't. But a great teacher shows you where to look and not what to see. And with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To all my brothers and sisters across the world, may peace and blessings be upon you all.